Okay, I'm here. I'm running late. Oh, damn it!
And now stand by for adventure.
I'm here. Thanks for standing by. What did I miss?
Just the 60-minute gag intro we've been struggling with lately.
Oh, okay.
Shadows of Suspicion.
Oh man, they misspelled suspicion?
No, that's how it's spelled.
Bleep,
I call bullshit.
Squeak,
I know, man, but it's English. It doesn't have to look right or make sense.
spent many happy days at their home base on Earth, 00 Island. The Colonel kept busy with
Making
new
the perfect Harvey
experiments in his
Wallbanger.
lab. Scratch spent many happy hours digging away in the garden, and Squeak played with his favorite toy, a little wooden puppet.
This is my
Squeak loved
homunculus,
this toy,
Charlie.
Perhaps because he himself was made of choice lumber. A block of delicate white pine for his head, and a board of sturdy oak for his body.
This pattern and a sacrificed goat, you too can have your own ineffectual
Squeak was
abomination.
really a wooden puppet, but few could have guessed that he was anything other than a real and very natural little boy. For
With
he
visible
certainly was
swivel
full of
joints in his
mischief
arms.
Like most real
Man,
little
puberty's
boys,
a
as
bitch.
his friends knew
Ah,
too
Chucky!
well. Bleep still recalls the shock of dashing about for almost an hour, dodging what he believed to be flashing meteorites, only to discover later that little Squeak had slipped a handful of fireflies into the Colonel's helmet.
Well, everything
Just
is
for
never
fun.
as it seems.
Another time, Bleep awoke from a sound sleep to find himself covered with green and yellow spots, a sure sign of Futurian frog pox.
Frog
But
Pox
little
is the name of
Squeak
my
knew
guar
that the
cover
colorful
band.
dots on the spaceman's helmet were just dabs of paint, for the puppet had put them there himself.
Jackson
Just for
Puppelock.
fun. But it was poor Scratch, the good-natured caveman who suffered most from this puppet trickery.
I don't know why I'm offended, but I am.
His trusty wooden club had been nailed to the floor.
I know this is wrong, but I'm actually starting to
Who
like
can
Squeak.
recall how many times a scrumptious coconut pie had a hidden balloon inside,
Full of anthrax.
just waiting for poor Scratch's knife or fork? Squeak's favorite prank, however,
Was saying
making
racist
shadow
on YouTube
pictures
and then
on the
claiming he
wall
was being
by holding
ironic.
his fingers in front of a bright candle. He would create the shadow of a wolf.
Whoa, he's
then
good.
signal for
He
help.
should be on
And Scratch
Letterman.
would dash to the rescue, only to find the puppet rocking with laughter at his joke.
Laughing at his
Caveman
own
had been
jokes?
fooled
Who
by
does he think he
Squeak's
is?
yellow
Jimmy
picture
Fallon?
Of a giant crab, a monstrous crocodile.
Scratch ran in, wanting to reminisce to when literal rock was young.
At last, Scratch had vowed never to be tricked again.
Failing to
Then,
predict The Who
one
song
day,
by mere inches.
It happened. Bleep had blasted off for a closer look at a storm cloud approaching the island. Scratch
Storm
was inside
chasing,
his
not
cave,
just for thrill-seeking yokels.
carving a new wooden club, and Squeak was fishing in the brook by the waterfall.
Squeak,
At the
pick a
first
calmer
raindrop,
spot. You're losing bait.
Dashed for the nearby
It's
shelter
just an
of
excuse
Scratch's
to
cave.
drink.
Now, no one had noticed that a giant tropical spider had just spun its huge web across the cave entrance.
They were
and
too
poor
busy
Squeak
rescuing that plane load of models who were
ran
flying to
into this
Singapore.
deadly trap. Scratch looked towards the doorway to see the puppet snared in the giant web.
And
but
then
as he
Scratch
watched,
was off to report
the
Squeak's
stormy sky
gyrations to
outside
HR.
made his poor struggling friend look like just another of Squeak's own shadow tricks. And Scratch returned to his club carving, determined not to be fooled again.
Later, he
And
tipped his
never
hat to the new
dreaming that his
Constitution.
little friend was really in trouble this time. Poor Squeak shook with terror as the giant spider appeared, ready to devour him.
The famous
It would
wood-eating
be all
spiders
over
of
in a
Zero
flash.
Zero Island.
And it was, but the flash was from a powerful bolt of Bleep's
Raid!
Yes, the Colonel had returned just in time to save the puppet. And so a very frightened Squeak, now safe in the arms of his friends,
Knew that he could continue to get away with his dickery as Colonel Bleep would always be there to bail him out, thus forever protected from repercussions for his actions. That little block of white wood would one day grow up to become Logan Paul.
Cost a life.
And now you know the rest of the story. Good day!
Big dog.
dolls have lesser dolls upon their strings to guide 'em, and little dolls have lesser dolls, and so ad infinitum. And the big dolls themselves in turn have greater strings to go on, while these again have greater still, and so on. Hey, Pipples, if you liked our nonsense, why don't you give us a like, or a subscribe, or leave a comment down there somewhere?
You can also do us a big solid by joining our Patreon, where you'll get to join us for live streams, get early access to the newest videos, and other such things.
Geek Vision.